I guess there's no one from Erigon right now. Let's wait 1 or 2 more minutes.
Yeah, I got a conflicting meeting right now. Can I just share some updates?
Yeah, of course, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, so yeah, from our side, it turned out that was overlooked from the team, and then Gnosis mainnet and Gnosis Chain, they had different set of allowed methods. Now it's been fixed, so I compared the list, and it's yeah, it turned out that there were a bit more. So now the lists of allowed methods are identical. So it should be okay.
Yeah, so for some context, each new filter and things like that, or this type of queries, did not work on Shadow, at least on Gateway's RPC, which of course is also like rpc.shadowchain.net. But it now works since today. So yeah, good news.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there some lesson to be learned here on the communications front? Because I see several communities being kind of very confused by that. And yeah, I don't know if at least on the communication fronts we should have handled this somewhat differently.
So who did you see who had issues with this, and why did we not know about it?
I saw it more in the Hopper community because there's a bunch of individual node runners who are not, super technical, technically advanced. It's just individuals on their dApp nodes who use that. And, many people who run a Gnosis node on a dApp node, they will not go complain because they don't actually use it. Or if they use it with the MetaMask and nothing changes. So here it was just something that was then used in further software, and that's where it led to problems, and that's why there were like several people complaining there.
Okay, well, I have never heard anyone complaining about this before, or I guess we would have solved it earlier. The first time I'm hearing about it is from internally yesterday, and it's already fixed today, so I guess it's more of a we didn't know about the situation.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I'm leaving. Sorry.
Okay, see you.
Bye.
Do we have any news for Shudder?
Yes. So we are right now working on two things in parallel. One is general stability improvements, and the other one is our dashboard. For the stability improvements, the main issue we've been having was related to latencies. So messages took too long to propagate through the network, and we rolled out a new keeper release last week with a bunch of improvements on our PPA code, and that helped a lot. So almost always keys arrive in time now. Not always though, so we're still investigating in some slots. Some slots still are missed, so we're looking into this. And another issue we've had yesterday night, for some reason, all the keepers stopped sending keys. We fixed it this morning, but we're still not sure what caused it, so we're also investigating that. And on the dashboard side, the goal here is to give users more insights over what's happening with the transactions that they send. We haven't started work on the front end yet, but we are making a lot of progress on the back end, kind of the data collection part. We have a network observer that we're implementing right now that looks into which keys are sent on the network and which transactions do get executed. And then once we have that finished, we're going to work on the dashboard that visualizes that information, basically. Yeah, that's it.
How did you fix the keepers?
We don't know. Yeah, so we didn't restart the keepers. We didn't have time to roll out a new release and to talk to them. What we did is restart one of the boot nodes, which shouldn't be too much involved. So but I guess it just sent a bunch of pings and that kind of unstuck the keepers in some sense. That's my best guess right now, but right now I'm still very confused over what happened. So we definitely need to investigate this way more.
Okay. That sounds a bit dodgy, but it worked.
It is.
All right, thanks for the updates. On the testing side, I guess Marcus was not joining, but wrote an update. I will add this later. So let's move on to client updates. Nethermind, any news?
Hello. So from Nethermind, we will be working on new release 128.0, which should be rolled out maybe by the end of next week. So that's the current priority. In this release, there will be one interesting thing for Gnosis, which will be enabling snap sync by default for both Gnosis and Chiado chains. So sync of new nodes will be much faster. It will be a matter of maybe 20, 30 minutes to catch the chain head. So yeah, that would be good. And about Chiado incident, which we had last week, everything seems to be working now, stable. So yeah. So, and of course, 128 will include the fix for Chiado. That's all. For testing, you mentioned that we did not have Marcos, but we have Dmitro, who is working on Hives as well. So maybe he can give some update on that.
I didn't see. Go ahead.
Yeah, from Hive side, I have added some tools to repository to be able to debug Hive tests more effectively. Yeah, that's it.
You yeah, actually just synced a Nethermind node like 2 hours ago, and it did indeed take around 20 to 30 minutes with SnapSync. So awesome news that it's getting included by default now. I was actually going to ask if this was planned anytime soon.
Yeah, so we had that from 126, and we did not include it in 127 by purpose to make sure that we have enough nodes in network which are using half-path. I was about to ask because I didn't check. Are the Gnosis boot nodes are already migrated to half-path schema or not? Maybe anyone is aware?
That's a good question. I will ask internally, but I think internal boot nodes should be updated to have that, yes.
SnapSync starts right away, so it seems like though at least a few of them are upgraded. Our Chiado boot nodes, which we have, are upgraded to Halfa for sure. So Chiado is syncing the state in a matter of 2 or 3 minutes. So that's also cool for any testing purpose. So yeah, we postponed it by reason to make sure that we have enough nodes in network.
Yeah, for sure. That was always the plan. But yeah, good to hear that we are already at the point where we can actually do the update.
Everything looks stable, so that's why we switched it on.
Awesome. All right, Erigon, any news?
We're busy working on Vectra and also on the next alpha of Erigon 3. Yes, some not. Do we have any other news? I guess not.
Yeah, so I actually also tried to sync an Erigon v3 alpha nodes for Gnosis. I think I posted a lot on the Telegram. But basically, there's no snapshots since around 1 year ago, which makes syncing on Gnosis Chain still quite slow, like a few days. Well, maybe not a few days, but an under-spec machine, which has only 32 gigs of RAM, around 2 days. So, yeah, but I guess you are working on adding new snapshots.
Yeah, I'll check that. We update the snapshots for Gnosis Chain.
Awesome. Guillaume is not here today because he's traveling, I think. But let me check. Yeah, so he's basically still debugging what's happening with Shadow. Reth, any updates, Lion?
No updates this week.
All right, on research, I guess there's just that's okay, and then the gas markets, I guess there's also no updates, right?
Nothing worth sharing now.
All right, well, I guess that's it for this week then. Are there any other topics we need to address? Does anyone maybe have, I guess from Nethermind, an update on EIP for force?
We are still working on that, so no update. Maybe Anders have something to say, but
Yeah, I mean, we are working on it, but there's recently been a lot of other things that had higher priority, like the shadow issue and shutter and so on. But I'm back on it.
Awesome. Do you have maybe an ETA on, I don't know, when to, for a spec or for a proof of concept?
I mean, so the thing about full force is that it's not exactly 100% clear what it is people want, but there's been different suggestions. So if we just take the absolute most simple version, which is basically just like you take all the history and put it out as a torrent publicly. That's pretty straightforward. And if I mean, we could do a POC for that in I guess a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think, I mean, on Gnosis Chain, we decided to go for like the simpler version. So this with BitTorrent would be perfect for now.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Well, are there any other questions or comments? All right. Well, then, thanks for joining, and see you next week.
thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you, Philip. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.